Welcome back to Out There Fishing and Prospecting. Today, I've got phlegm in my throat, apparently. Today we are going to do some sniping and some metal detecting. So I started out pretty early so I could do some traveling when it's cool in the morning. So it's about 9 o'clock now. The sun's not on me yet. And I've got my gold monster today. So we're going to metal detect our way down the creek. And there's a spot that I want to check out that I saw on the Google Maps. So I'm going to take my detector and go down creek. I have found good nuggets in here in the past. I'd have my GPX 4500 because I'm loving that detector, but I'm going to be out most of the day and the batteries just don't last me that long. So this gold monster, I've got this spare battery and it's mostly bedrock, exposed bedrock, so it shouldn't be too much trouble with that. I've got my lucky feathers in my hat from my last trip. My son stuck in there, so hopefully they're lucky. But I do have a signal here and it's big, but it also says non-ferrous, so it's always a good sign. So we're going to get in here and see if we can dig it out. It's right down, I'll show you where I'm looking. It's right down here in this crevice. Right here, it's probably a bullet. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's a really old bullet. It's a round ball. That's actually a pretty cool find. Finding round balls is always cool to me because I know that they're old, right? So, I think that's pretty cool. This spot right here is where I found I had 2.8 gram nugget with the gold, with the GPX, and I found another signal up here, but it was really faint, so the GPX probably didn't hear it. But I pulled it out, and it's over here now. It does say that it's jumping back and forth between ferrous and non-ferrous, so who knows. Hard spot to find it. Come on, find a place to set it. There we go. All right, I got it in the scoop. Come on. The heck? Sounds like round noise. Yep. There's a little bit of iron. Well, we got gold in the scoop. Of course, you know, as soon as I stopped filming because I was tired of filming nails, I got gold. But this spot right here, I worked with the GPX and I looked really good, but I didn't find any gold in it. I found one little bit down further. It was just big enough to detect, but I was detecting this stuff that I scraped out of the crevice, and I got myself a decent little bit right there. So, yeah, right there. That's a start. I'm gonna go over the rest of this pile and see if there's anything else in here. Nice. So, let's get this out. Put it in the scoop in the thing. These medicine bottles are great because they have the locking side and then they have this other side that just screws in and seals. So when I'm out on the river, I can just pick the side that I want. Let's see if there's anything else down here. Ground balance again. That's a better sound, but it looks like it says iron, so we'll see. We'll follow these big rocks. That sounds better. Rock. Come on. In my hand somewhere. Don't see anything. What? Is that gold? Ha! It is. Wow, it's like dirt colored gold. There it is. Second piece out of this pile. They're too small for the GPX to see, but that's gold. Wow. Found this really interesting pocket here. It's got some signals in it. It was all full of leaves, but there's quite a few signals in here. They mostly say iron, but it's jammed with rocks, so we'll try and dig these out and we'll see if we get a better signal. Well, this crevice is very nicely hard packed, so I'm just gonna dig it out, put it in my pan. Put a lot of it in my pan anyways, but you can see here that I pulled one big stone out of it, and now I'm kind of working my way down through this stuff. It looks so good that I gotta kind of do all of it. Could have quite a bit of gold in here. It is very hard packed, so let's get some of this in the pan. Big rocks out. Oftentimes it's good just to find the spots with heavies in them with your detector and then just pan out the whole thing, especially if there's a lot of fine gold in the area. I got the dirt in the pan here and there's no more targets in the hole, so we're gonna go down and pan this out and see how we do. Once again, when I'm panning like this, I'm just trying for speed. I got to get through lots of material and cover a lot of ground, so I always work it down pretty quick, but it's that initial shakedown that's the important part. Got to get it really well shaken down, and a lot of the lighter stuff will just float off the top. You can scrape off all these big rocks. Down. Rocks out of the way. The only problem with the metal clip on the pan is that I can't detect the pan after I've filled it to see if I've actually got my target. Just to take the thing off. Alright, so I've got myself down to a little bit of gravel in there. Let's see what we got. It's such a beautiful hole. There should be some gold in it. Yeah, look at that. There's a chunk of lead. I think that's 3 pieces of gold actually. See that? Those are all gold with mercury on them. There's 3 of them there. That's pretty good. I think I'm gonna go and make sure that there's nothing, absolutely nothing else in that hole. That's a good find. Wow. I think it's about as far as I'm gonna go. It's tough. Time to snipe. Well, the detecting portion of this trip didn't work out all that grand. I got a couple little nuggets, a couple in the pan, not a lot. I've reached the point that I wanted to investigate. So now I'm switching to my sniping gear. I got my wetsuit on already, having a snack, and I'm gonna snipe my way back up the river. It's like 3/4 of a mile, but 3/4 of a mile on a rough river is a long trip. So hopefully the sniping pays off better. Alrighty, let's see what's under the waterfall. Pretty cool. I can see it's bedrock all the way back here, so I'm going to start checking crevices all the way back here. Okay, end of day roundup. We did pretty well because of the last spot I got into. Go figure. Almost all of this gold came out of one spot, and that just seems to happen to me all the time. So maybe about 20% of this came from other hunts. But I've got my scale here, which I'm going to turn on, and then we're going to turn around. You can look at the scale here while I weigh this stuff. All right, so if we can get to see the scale. So here's all of my finds here. All right. So that's the fine gold there, and I've got 4.57, and that doesn't include this big lump of mercury, so that's probably another 2 grams. But the mercury changes the weight, so maybe another 1.5 grams of gold there. And then we also got these 3 nice nuggets. We're going to put those on there. It's really hard to see this blue screen. 7.3, 10.2, 13.2 grams. So all told, 13.2 grams, probably another 1.5 grams, so say 14, 15 grams almost. That's the second best day I've ever had sniping, but just barely. It almost beats the other record. I just can't weigh that to know. But definitely the best pocket I've got into. Almost all of this came out of that one spot, which is really sweet. Alright, bring it back around here. So we're going to weigh these individually so you can see what they weigh. Get all this junk off of here. Alright. So, the smallest one of these here, I'm going to turn this back around here, darn it. I need a head cam. Alright. So, this one here, looks like, my wife says it looks like an undeveloped baby. So, that one is 2.73. And this one here, it's really good, pretty. That one is 2.92. And this biggest one here is exactly 3 grams. So just in nuggets there I've got 8.62 grams. So I gotta say that was a pretty good day, and pretty happy with the results. I wish I'd done as consistently good all day, then I would have had a lot more, but can't complain too much. My sniping bottles are available if you want to get one. You can click the link below and give me, or it's an email below, and send me an email, and I'll send you out a sniping bottle. But until the next time, thanks for watching. Hit the like and subscribe as usual. See you next time.